Oh, welcome to Watchman Ranch. We're here at 9,000 feet. We are completely off grid, which means we have no utility. The only source of electricity we have come from solar panels. We have a 4 kilowatt system. When we first moved here, we only had this panel, and the previous owners did not understand how to live off grid. One of the circuits on that panel was flipped, so only half the panels were operating. So when we moved here in the winter, and we couldn't quite get to the circuit. So when we moved here, we were living off of 800 watts as a family of 4. So what we ended up doing, we had this propane generator that we were running off of twice a day, in the morning and the evening, to top off flooded lead acid batteries that we had. And those had a capacity of 9,000 watts. But for those who are familiar with marine batteries, flooded acid batteries, once you get below 50%, you have to shut it off. Otherwise, you're going to damage it. So we were living off of 800 watts solar and usable 4,000 watts at night. So we had to run this generator a lot. We get these new solar panels installed. We find out that breaker was switched, and so now we got full power there, full up there. But on a day like today, it doesn't matter. It's snowing, the panels get covered, and then even if I uncover them, it's not like they're getting a lot of sun. So even with having extra solar panels, it doesn't really help when you have days like this. Now, we've had this now for about 2-3 days in a row now of just cloudiness and snow. And I just finished snow blowing our entire drive. So our entire drive starts way down there, comes up here, it loops around this building, and then we've got a single car garage over there that we keep our Nissan Xterra. We have an Ego 2-stage snow blower here. And with the recent purchase of our XLT Ford Lightning, you can see here we're charging. I can charge up all of my batteries while I'm snow blowing. So we have 4 sets of batteries. And so I just finished snow blowing right now. You can tell I'm out of breath. We have about 12 to 14 inches in places, and on average 8 inches in general on the property. And what this means is that until I get to the plowed section of the road, this sucker is going to have to make it through. Now, in our previous snowstorm, it proved out really well. I'm not super impressed with the stock tires of the XLT, but we're going to get some dedicated snow tires here in a little bit. But thanks to the Pro Power on the Lightning, we can actually hook up into our home system and be a backup generator. So like on a day like today, we're going to have to throw in that propane generator. I don't have the wiring yet for the Pro Power to get into our system, which is right up in here. I have the cabling and everything, but I would rather just have a professional come and do it rather than myself. I'm afraid I'd mess something up, mess up a warranty or something. I'd like to have an extra set of eyes. So today we're going to have to crank up the propane generator. Propane costs us about $2,300 to fill up. We have a 1,000-gallon tank. It's like $2.20 a pound, and then you got to pay for transportation. So the whole goal is to wean off of expensive items like propane. We needed a truck anyways, and so this truck allows us to, 1, have a truck, but 2, replace our very expensive propane generator. This thing consumes like 2 to 3 pounds an hour to generate electricity for us. Whereas this sucker, our XLT, when we get that puppy wired in, I'll be able to charge from work, or when we're out and about and we use the EA or a charge point, we come home, I can plug that baby in if we need it, and it can be our battery backup. For right now, though, you can see I do have some cabling going here. I have an extension cable going into the house. So what we have been doing is using the Pro Power to put on space heaters, run our microwave, keep our Christmas lights on at night. And so we're able to basically live our normal life and then just have a little bit of extra added power and be able to get up and down an unplowed mountain. It's been great for us. And I've been very satisfied with it. I would love to see a Cybertruck up here. I'd love to see a Rivian R1T do its job up here. But this is what I could afford. and it does its job exactly what I need it to do. So I've been absolutely happy with it, and now it's time to get a little hot chocolate with a little something extra in it and put my feet up. But welcome to a day in the life of living off grid in the middle of a snowstorm.